Today, let's talk about our planet, Earth. A wonderful place full of life, full of dreams, and full of people who think they are the center of everything. Earth likes to believe it is very big, but the truth, in the universe, Earth is not even a grain of sand. It is a tiny dust particle floating in an infinite ocean. If the universe had a map, we would need a microscope just to find our address. Yet there we are, proudly fighting over borders, languages, religions, and land. The universe must be watching us like, oh, look at the humans arguing over who owns which piece of the dust. Very strange. But this is the beauty of it. Even though we are tiny, we care, we dream, we love, we think. Maybe that is what makes Earth special. Not its size, but the hearts living on it. So the next time we feel too proud or too divided, let us remember we are all sharing the same tiny rock in the middle of an endless universe. And if that does not make us humble, nothing will. Earth, our tiny home in the cosmic ocean. When we look up at the sky at night, the stars seem small and peaceful, but that is only because our eyes are limited. The space is not small, not peaceful, not gentle. It is enormous, wild, and almost impossible to imagine. Yet this is the landscape Earth exists in, a fragile blue world trying to survive inside an endless universe. Let us begin where we live. Earth. It is about 12,740 kilometers in diameter, wrapped in a thin atmosphere that protects life. It orbits the sun at a speed of about 107,000 kilometers per hour, faster than any rocket we humans have ever built. And yet we do not feel that speed. We simply wake up every morning believing the ground is still. Earth rotates once every 24 hours, giving us day and night. And it takes 365 days to complete one journey around the sun. A year. Our planet is comfortable, not too hot, not too cold, not poisonous, not burning. Water flows, air surrounds us, temperature supports life. Compared to Earth, other planets look like winners of a cosmic, most unlivable place competition. Mercury, the smallest planet, is baked by the sun during the day at temperatures around 430 degrees Celsius and frozen at minus 180 degrees Celsius at night. Venus is even worse. A world full of carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid and a surface hot enough to melt lead at 475 degrees Celsius. Mars is cold, dry, and dusty, with thin air that offers little protection. Giant planets like Jupiter and Saturn are beautiful to look at, but impossible to stand on. They are made of gas, not solid land. Jupiter has storms bigger than Earth, including the Great Red Spot, which has been raging for over 300 years. Uranus spins sideways like a rolling ball, and Neptune is dark and freezing, with the fastest winds in the solar system blowing up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. Suddenly, Earth feels very lucky. But even in its comfort, the Earth is tiny. Our entire solar system, sun, planets, asteroids, and comets, is like a single family in a huge city. Let's talk about numbers. The sun makes up 99.86% of the total mass of the solar system. Earth is just a crumb orbiting around this massive star. The sun is 1.39 million kilometers wide. If the sun were the size of a big football, Earth would be the size of a tiny grain of rice orbiting about 25 meters away. The solar system stretches far beyond Neptune and Pluto. In fact, the edge of the universe where the sun's gravity finally becomes too weak to dominate may reach up to 100,000 astronomical units. 1 AU astronomical unit is the distance from the Earth to the Sun, about 150 million kilometers. Light takes just over 8 minutes to travel that distance. To travel from one end of the solar system to the other, light might need more than a year. And light is the fastest thing in existence. Nothing is faster. But the solar system is only a tiny neighborhood. Beyond it lies the vastness of interstellar space, where the nearest star system, Alpha Centauri, waits. And when we say nearest, it does not mean close. Alpha Centauri is 4.37 light years away, which means light takes 4.3 years to get there. Light travels at around 300,000 kilometers per second. So the nearest star is 41 trillion kilometers away. If humans traveled in a space going 60,000 kilometers per hour, it would still take over 80,000 years to reach Alpha Centauri. That is longer than the entire recorded history of civilization. Now imagine Alpha Centauri as just one star. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, holds somewhere between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. Many of those stars may have their own planets. Some might have life. Some might be dead and frozen. Some might have civilizations far more advanced than us, or none at all. We simply do not know. The Milky Way is about 100,000 light years wide, shaped like a spiral with long arms of stars and dust. If we could travel at the speed of light, it would still take 100,000 years just to cross from one side of the galaxy to the other. Yet, the Milky Way is not even very big when compared to the entire cosmos. Just outside our cosmic neighborhood, drifting silently toward us, is the Andromeda Galaxy, the closest large galaxy. It is bigger than the Milky Way, about 220,000 light years wide, and contains roughly 1 trillion stars. Andromeda and Milky Way are slowly falling toward each other and will collide, not tomorrow, but in about 4.5 billion years. When that happens, stars won't collide like cars because space inside galaxies is mostly empty. Instead, the two galaxies will merge into a new galaxy, sometimes called Milkdromeda. But even two galaxies are nothing compared to the grand scale of the universe. Astronomers estimate there may be 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. 2 trillion. If every galaxy had even 100 billion stars, that would mean the universe contains roughly 206 trillion stars. That is 23 zeros after 2. A number so huge the human mind cannot hold it. To measure such distance, ordinary units like kilometers do not work. We use light years, and sometimes even that is not enough. For bigger structures, we talk about superclusters, enormous cosmic structures containing thousands of galaxies linked together over a distance of hundreds of millions of light years. Our Milky Way is part of the Laniakea supercluster, which stretches for 500 million light years and contains around 100,000 galaxies. And this is only one among countless superclusters in the universe. Finally, we reach the largest question of all. Is the universe everything, or is there more? Some scientists believe our universe may be just one bubble floating in an even larger sea, a multiverse. Each bubble could be a universe with its own stars, galaxies, laws of physics, and maybe even its own versions of reality. We do not know if the multiverse is real, but the idea reminds us of a powerful truth. We understand only a tiny part of existence. So when we return to Earth, to our oceans, our mountains, our homes, our families, everything suddenly feels different. We are unbelievably small in size, but incredibly rich in thought. The universe may be huge, but we are the only creatures we know who can look up at the sky and ask, what is out there? Where did we come from? What does it all mean? Perhaps that is what makes Earth special. Not its size, not its location, not its power, but its life. Life capable of curiosity, fear, love, and wonder. In a universe of silent galaxies and burning stars, Earth is the one place we know where something is trying to understand everything. We are not the center of the universe, we are not even a major part of it. We are a tiny blue dot suspended in a cosmic ocean, and yet we dare to dream beyond it. And maybe someday our descendants will cross distance between stars, will touch other worlds, and will carry Earth's story to places we cannot even imagine. Until then, we stand here, small but aware, fragile but hopeful, temporary but curious, looking up at the universe and whispering the oldest question of all: where do we fit into all of this? And the universe, silent and endless, waits for us to keep searching.